Hello, my name is Benjamin and welcome to my channel. If you are learning English and Russian is your native language, then you are in the right place. And in this video, I want to have some fun. I want to talk about supermarkets in Russia. And as you can see here on the screen, I am going to rank some supermarkets in Russia. If you don't know me, I am from London in England, but I live in Novosibirsk in Siberia. And like I said, I'm going to rank some Russian supermarkets, but there are so many supermarkets in Russia, so it is not possible to rank every single supermarket. And thus I have taken some supermarkets from Novosibirsk. So maybe if you are not familiar with Novosibirsk, then maybe you will not know some of these supermarket chains. But let's get started. So the first supermarket chain I have here is called Yarche. Yarche is, I believe, only in Novosibirsk or only in Siberia, if I'm not mistaken. It is a really good chain of supermarkets, in my opinion. The reasons why it is a really good chain include the uniforms that the staff wear. Now, I know staff uniforms are not one of the most important factors in choosing a supermarket, but at Yarche, I must say, they have some pretty nice uniforms. They wear a button-down shirt which has blue stripes, I believe, white and blue, or maybe white and grey stripes, and they wear a nice apron. Every Yarche supermarket I have ever visited has always had good vegetables and fruits, and the staff are really surprisingly friendly in Yarche supermarkets. So I would either give it a Category A or Category B. Category A is really good, so maybe I shouldn't put it in Category A, but I really recommend going to Yarche. Also, it is not very expensive in Yarche. The next one I have on the list is called Bakhetle. Now, Bakhetle is very expensive. It is a luxury supermarket. I believe they only have one Bakhetle in Novosibirsk, and I believe you can find some Bakhetle in other Russian cities. I was really surprised by the name. I thought Bakhetle does not sound Russian to me, and I discovered that it is actually from Tatarstan, so it's a Tatar name, you could say. It's a beautiful supermarket. There's a lot of good quality foods and all sorts of things you can find there, but it's very expensive, and I don't like that. I don't like paying so much money for my groceries, for my food. So I could put it in the top category, but because the prices are so high there, I'm going to put it in the B category. The next one I have is Fermer Center, which in English would be farmer center. I really like Fermer Center. They have a lot of good fresh foods, and everything in there is really high quality. Every time I have visited a Fermer Center supermarket, the staff have always been friendly to me, and it is a little bit expensive, but it is not expensive in the same way as Bakhetle is expensive. So do you know what? I'm going to put it in the top category. I really like the kvass that you can buy at Fermer Center. It's a little bit expensive. It's like 100 rubles, 150 rubles for a bottle of kvass, but it is real kvass. It's not like some budget kvass that you find on some supermarket shelves. It's the real thing. It's the real deal. So the next one I have is called Gajanka. Gajanka has closed down. I believe Gajanka closed down 2 years ago in 2022. You could only find Gajanka supermarkets in Novosibirsk, maybe in some other towns outside of Novosibirsk, but mainly it is in the Novosibirsk region. I have this on the list because I want to show you that I know Novosibirsk. I am a local in Novosibirsk, and I am so cool because I know Gajanka. I'm just joking, of course, but it is a novelty for me. So I'm going to put it in category C because Gajanka is actually not that good. I remember I bought some nice pilmeni at Gajanka, so I would not put it in a D or in the worst of the worst category, but it is okay. The staff are not particularly friendly. The shops looked really old and yeah, not particularly amazing, but I had some nice pelmeni from Gajanka. In English, I would call pelmeni dumplings, because if you say pelmeni to someone in England, they probably will not know what you're talking about. So call them Russian dumplings. The next supermarket chain I have is called Alkostress. Now, maybe I wouldn't call it a supermarket chain. Maybe it is more like in America, they say a liquor store. It's a place where they sell alcohol. Now, this is not a place you want to be around later in the evening, because you have a lot of alcoholics who love to go to this shop. But the name of the shop is so funny, Alkostress. So I'm not going to put it in the worst of the worst because the name is funny. But if it did not have such a funny name, if it did not have such a funny name, I would put it in the worst of the worst category. Next one I have on the list is Kalina Malina. I believe these are only in Siberia, but I love Kalina Malina. It is so good. The quality of the products there is so high, and the members of staff in Kalina Malina are always very helpful, and the prices there are actually not always too bad. Some products, yeah, it's really expensive, but the pelmeni in Kalina Malina are really reasonably priced. I really love pelmeni, as you can see, and there they have some good chicken pelmeni, which are, I believe, 250 rubles per kilogram, and they are made by some old lady in Siberia. So I really like Kalina Malina. The stores look really modern. So yeah, they get top tier. So Fermer Center, Kalina Malina, you're the best. Next one, Krasnoe and Beloe. You see these everywhere in Russia. Yeah, they're terrible. Generally speaking, they're terrible. I have been to one okay Krasnoe and Beloe, but I've read reviews on, I think it was headhunter.ru. It's the website where you can find a job in Russia. And I have read that people have really bad bosses at Krasnoe and Beloe. Also, you get a lot of alcoholics who go to Krasnoe and Beloe because they want to buy some alcohol there. So yeah, Krasnoe and Beloe, worst of the worst. I don't like you, Krasnoe and Beloe. So red and white. Next one on the list is Lenta. The quality of food at Lenta is actually quite good in my experience. I will say though that the prices at Lenta are a little bit expensive, but generally speaking, I quite like Lenta. It's a good shop. Maybe I could put it in category B or category C. Maybe category B, because the supermarkets are always really clean, at least in my experience. But I once had a problem at Lenta. I was given a gift card from Lenta by my parents-in-law, and I used it, and they gave me, I think it was 2,000 rubles on my gift card, and I used, I think, like 1,000 rubles. And then I went back to Lenta another day to use the rest of the money on the card. And they said, no, you can only use the gift card once. And I thought, why not? Why is it a card? Like, why can't I use the card more than once? But it turned out that you could only use the card once. Maybe this is not true for other Lentas, but my local Lenta, they only allowed me to use the gift card once. So that was not very nice. So because of that experience, Lenta, you're in a category C. All right, the next one, magnet. Everyone in Russia knows magnet. Yeah, it's crap. Generally speaking, it's crap. Well, not always. Sometimes they have some okay fruit and vegetables, but I had a negative experience with the pelmeni at Magnet. I once went to the frozen food section, and in Russia, if you live in Russia, you will know that in the frozen food section, you can find frozen fish inside this fridge, which you open up. And next to the fish in Magnet, sometimes you can find pelmeni, which you scoop up and you put inside a plastic bag. And I thought one day, let's try these pelmeni. Maybe they are interesting because they were quite cheap. But these pelmeni were absolutely awful. They were disgusting. I could not believe how disgusting they were. Do not eat the pelmeni at Magnet. So Magnet, I could put you in the worst of the worst, but sometimes you have some good prices, and I've seen worse, let's just say. So Magnet, you are in category D. Next one on the list, Maria Ra. Maria Ra, I believe, is only in Novosibirsk, maybe in Barnaul and a few other cities near Novosibirsk. Maria Ra is quite cheap, which is great. I like cheap supermarkets. But sometimes the food quality might not be amazing. I have seen some videos on YouTube of people finding expired food products in Maria Ra, and then they have arguments with the supermarket staff. So I'm going to give it a category C because it's not that bad. It's okay. The prices are good. The selection is not amazing. They don't have the widest selection of foods. It's not terrible either. So category C. Next one, Metro. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same company as Lenta. Maybe it's not. To me, it's the exact same thing as Lenta. So yeah, I'm going to put it in category C. I don't see the difference between Lenta and Metro. Next one, Moneta. Maybe this is all over Russia. I don't know. I've had good experiences at Moneta. The quality of the fruit and vegetables is quite high. The prices are quite reasonable. Do you know what? Maybe I'm going to put it in category B. I quite like Moneta. Yeah, sure, it's not a luxury supermarket like Bakhetle, but it's still pretty good. And the staff are okay there. I don't have anything bad to say about Moneta. Maybe category C, because they don't have amazing uniforms like at Yarche. Let's give it a category C. But on the whole, it's pretty good. Next one, Okei. The supermarket Okei is okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's okay. It's a category C. In Novosibirsk, I know there is one big Okei supermarket in the center of the city, in the Aura shopping center. In America, they say shopping mall. So it's pretty good. The quality of the food is good, but it's okay. It's a little bit on the expensive side. So I could put it in a B, but it's a little bit pricey. So I will put it in category C. It's kind of the same thing as Lenta. It's okay. Next one, Pyaterochka. Yeah, Pyaterochka is actually crap. I don't like Pyaterochka because the branding is really nice. You walk into Pyaterochka, you think, oh yeah, this is going to be a pretty good supermarket. And then you find the prices are quite high. and the quality of the food is not so good. I would say it's on the same level as Magnet. Once I went to Pyaterochka, I bought some cheese. I really didn't like the cheese, really awful cheese. So Pyaterochka, you need to do something about your cheese. The interior of the Pyaterochki supermarkets is okay. It's actually quite clean. But yeah, I'm not really too pleased with Pyaterochka. So don't buy the cheese at Pyaterochka. Not very good. It's not the worst supermarket chain though. Next one on the list, the French chain, Ashan. Now, when I first went to Ashan, I was really impressed. I would say category B, maybe even category A, because the prices used to be really good at Ashan. But recently, the prices have gone up quite a lot, and that's really sad. Really, really sad. So Mr. Ashan, you have to change your prices. You need to make them lower. The quality of the food at Ashan is pretty good. I've only had good experiences there. I used to live next to a big Ashan in the center of the city of Novosibirsk. I was pleased. The supermarkets were clean, a huge range of foods to choose from, a huge range of products. It's not only food they sell other things like driving things. Yeah, they sell many things in Ashan, but because the prices are high, I'm going to have to give it a category C. The last one on the list is Spar. Now, Spar in Russia is considered to be quite nice, almost a luxury supermarket. It's not on the same level as Bakhetle or Kalina Malina, but it's still considered to be a nice supermarket chain in Russia. In England, we also have Spar. And Spars are not considered to be nice supermarkets. They are very different in England, and I believe Spar is an Irish company. So what I remember, in England you see Spars at petrol stations. In America you say gas stations, and there they sell overpriced sandwiches and alcohol, and the quality of food in the British Spars is not very good. But in Russia, the Spars have very high quality foods, but they are a little expensive. Maybe I'm going to put it in a category B because the quality of the food is really good and it has a nice reputation in Russia, but a little bit expensive. Recently, I bought some pineapple in a cup. So in the summertime, they have these cups with slices of pineapple and other fruits, and I'm not gonna lie, it was quite expensive. It was like 150 rubles for a small cup of fruit, so a little expensive but really good quality. Now, there are many other supermarkets in Russia. I'm sorry if I did not include your local supermarket. You can hate me if I did not include your local supermarket. But I tried my best. I included quite a few supermarkets here. So that's the end of the list. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions about English or about Russian supermarkets or about anything related to my life in Russia, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. And I hope to see you in another video in the future. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye for now.